Today I'm going to introduce you to my twist on a classic French dish, coq au vin, with my orange coq au vin. Traditionally, coq au vin is a chicken dish cooked in red wine with vegetables like onions, celery and carrot. And over and above that, I'm going to add butter mushrooms, shallots, courgettes, but the real secret ingredient is fresh orange zest and orange juice. So we're going to start off by cooking our carrot, celery and onion, also known in French cooking as a mirepoix, a little bit of olive oil and butter. So melt these together in a non-stick pan, which will then later transfer to our casserole dish to finish off cooking in the oven. So now add your carrots, your celery and your onion to the pan. By using a mirepoix like this, you give fantastic flavour and extra nutrients and benefits to any soup or casserole especially. Carrots obviously are sweet, the onions give a wonderful savoury flavour, and celery is naturally rich in sodium and potassium, so you get a good salty flavour without adding any extra salt to your food. And even if you've got members of your family that don't like celery or carrots or even onion, by cooking it like this, they won't even notice it. You'll be able to sneak in extra vegetables. So that's a great tip for bolognese sauce or lasagna or anything like that. So once these vegetables are softened, take about 10 minutes, we're going to add in a clove of garlic, some dried thyme or fresh thyme, and 2 bay leaves. So our mirepoix of our onion, our celery and our carrot has softened up. So traditionally, a coq au vin would use some smoky bacon. This adds lots of extra flavour. Add some garlic at this point, our thyme and our bay leaves. So give this a good stir and cook it out until the bacon crisps up. Wonderful smells going on here. Our bacon's nice and crispy and our carrot, celery and onions finished cooking. We've added our bay leaves, our thyme and our garlic. So now it's time to add something that's going to help thicken our sauce. So just a couple of tablespoons of flour goes in at this point. This is a really easy way to ensure a nice silky thickened sauce, because the butter and the oil that we cook the vegetables in will now mix with the flour to form a roux, as if you were making a white sauce, and the end result means you'll have a nice thick glossy sauce. So give that a really good mix to make sure that there's no lumps. And we're also at this point going to add a good squirt of tomato paste. Tomato paste adds a lovely richness and depth of flavour to any sauce, stew or casserole. And mix that in too. And then the fun part begins. So again, mix that really well. This is your one opportunity to make sure everything gets a good mix. Then we're going to add our brandy and our red wine and cook that out for a minute. So as we're boiling it away, a lot of the alcohol will evaporate. You can of course burn the alcohol off by flambeing it if it's a spirit like a brandy. So a couple of tablespoons of brandy and then our red wine to get the au vin part of the coq au vin, and now we're just going to bring this up to the boil and reduce it slightly. So I've bubbled that up for 2 minutes, and as you can see, the roux has already thickened the liquid and we're left with a nice glossy deep red sauce. So this is a good heavy base casserole dish, and in goes our flavour base. So that's our mirepoix and our red wine and brandy in. So we need to complete the sauce for the chicken to cook in. So I have some chicken stock here, and of course the fresh orange juice and orange zest. This really lifts the whole dish and adds an extra zing and tartness to it. So give this a good mix. So that's going to be the sauce that your chicken cooks in. So I've heated up a little oil in a non-stick pan, and I'm going to brown off the chicken on all sides before adding it to the casserole dish. Don't crowd the pan with too many pieces of chicken, because you'll lower the temperature of the whole pan and won't brown as efficiently. So this is now going to go into the oven, and then further on in the cooking we're going to add our shallots, our courgettes and our mushrooms. For an extra little bit of flavour, we're going to brown off the shallots in a little bit of olive oil or a mixture of olive oil and butter, and this will be added towards the end of the cooking time. So our shallots have been browned off, and our casserole is now ready to get the browned shallots, courgettes and mushrooms. An interesting fact about mushrooms is that a recent European study has proven mushrooms to be one of the top superfoods. So it's not only blueberries and pomegranates and all those things that we're familiar with, and even the ordinary button mushroom, which is what we're using, has got more vitamins and minerals than your berries like your pomegranates and your carrots and your broccoli and all your known superfoods. So we're going to pop those in along with our courgettes for extra fibre and of course a little bit of green colour, and our shallots that we just browned off. So you want to lift these out of the oil and butter that they've been cooking in. Just there's no need for that extra fat. So this will cook for another half an hour to 45 minutes. So our orange coq au vin is at the oven, a traditional recipe with a modern twist. Ideally you'd serve this with my favourite side dishes, sweet potato mash and blanched green beans. Smells gorgeous, fabulous ready orange colour too from the sauce. So serve up a generous portion for each person. And we're going to garnish with some flat leaf parsley. And there we have it, a perennial favourite made new.